Hey, this is Plaid Man here. So, I was discussing recently with several different acquaintances, and one of the things that came up was this concept of Native Americans and or Indians without the dot, or Indians with the feathers instead of the dots, however. And I've thought this a long time, and I think it's it's complicated and frustrating, but it's not truly a problem. Like, as a white male, it's not really my problem. But then the reverse argument is, no, it is. White people are responsible for everything that has been bad that has happened to the Native Americans. And okay, fine. I don't agree with that. I think that this is a ludicrous concept for many different reasons. Historically speaking, when two different cultures clash and one wins, there has never been, that I know of, a historical precedence where the victor grants boons, even if they break them, grants boons again and again and again, so much so that, to my understanding, the native people of the American continent are getting money from the American federal government, US of A, like currently getting money, and are given a lot of excess rights that has never normally happened to a conquered nation. So that's kind of my opinion. I'm not trying to be anti-Native Americans, and as a matter of fact, I have a solution, because what I'm trying to do in these videos is acknowledge a problem and kind of give you my opinion on it, and then here's the problem, and then here is a potential solution. And other people are entitled to have their opinion and interject what they want. Basically, this is what it is. So, the Native American group, okay? People, what I suggest is you get together in a board meeting somewhere, whatever, all of your top brass, and you decide, hey, whatever it is you want to be, whether it's a separate nation or you want to be kind of like what Puerto Rico is, where you want to be part of America but not part of America, what have you. Something like that. I don't really suggest you guys go for, oh, we want to be a separate nation, because then you're going to have to consolidate, and then you're going to take about the size of a state in the United States, and that is, the approval process on that is not going to go very well. But if you do something kind of more like what Puerto Rico has, you might be able to do that, and you might even be able to get land that's in a bunch of different states and kind of like consolidate and be your own thing, but not. Also, you should stop getting money from the federal government. You should similarly, like, if you don't want to be Americans and you want to be identified as something other than Americans, not a problem. Just kind of work out those details. And then also, aside from get together, in the process of getting together, I implore you to, as a group, come up with a name that you like, that you want to use consistently, that is not Native American and is not Indian, because frankly, you're not either of those things. You are, to my understanding, a bunch of smaller groups that were warring with each other for thousands of years, and then the big white man came in and kicked all your butts and whatever. So, first, unify. And in the process of unifying, agree on a name. And I suggest agreeing on a name that wasn't gifted to you or given to you or forced upon you, however you want to say it, such as Native American, which is, I don't remember exactly who, but it was not the Indians who came up with that. They did not come up with the term American. That is not their term that they coined. That is a Western European name for what has later become America, and North America and South America. So I believe it was an explorer from way back in the day. Nor should it be Indians, because Indian, that name was based on a simple understanding, or misunderstanding rather, of Columbus thought he had gotten to India, and so the people there, he was under the impression, were Indian. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't know why that persisted, and it still persists 300 400 years this name persists. It's like, you're not Indians, so the F. So please come up with a different name. I think if you unify, come up with a different name, decide if, hey, we want to be part of America, like we're just gonna be a part of America, and what happened, it sucked, let's move on and up. Fine, you can do that. Or if you want to do something like what Puerto Rico is doing, and in the comment section, if you're like, well, Puerto Rico, it's a horrible example because we treated them horribly, and look at the last hurricane, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I mean, I could argue and debate it with you. I'm not saying how Puerto Rico has been treated has been the best, but I'm using it as an example where they are not a state, but they are still part of the United States. But currently, what the Native American little communities is they are in America and they don't have the same rules and regulations, so they get stuff like, oh, we can build a casino, which is on the short term very good, but in the long term, you just look at Native American stats. They're arguably the worst nationality in the United States, and they've been here the longest. So they have literally accomplished the least in the most amount of time out of any other race that's ever come to America. There are people who are like from different parts of Africa, from a piss poor country, who came here, got a job, super happy, love to talk to them, they're amazing people. Now, are they a full-on culture? No, but there are fresh imports who are more successful than 8th generation Native Americans who are still struggling and are, drug addicts and alcoholic addicts and what have you. So people, I highly suggest, if you want change, if you want something better, stop getting handouts from Daddy USA and just decide to, hey, we are our own thing. This is what we're going to do. We're going to call ourselves blah, come up with a cool, Native American / Indian / whatever name for your group. Because honestly, you are a group. You are now so small in numbers that you need to unify, otherwise you will cease to exist and you will basically be a footnote. So if you want to be more than a footnote, you want to be causative, I suggest just come up with a name, unify yourselves, stop taking money from the American government, and decide to be like, cool, we're gonna push forward and be better and like actually look and do some research on, hey, what are some solutions on how a culture can succeed? Because there's a ton of historical examples. Copy the United States Constitution, if you will, whatever. That's my suggestion. I'm gonna give you some more as we go. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and let's make this even cooler. Share with other people. If you got friends that are like, but Native, yeah, just, send them this or not, or send me something in return. Send a comment like, you're stupid. That's fine. I'll read it. I might respond. We'll see. Anyways, take care, guys and gals and people and aliens. If you're listening, I actually want to talk to you. I'm really curious as to how they've hidden you. Anyways, neither here nor there. Another episode. All right, bye, guys.